Hello, fellow gamers. Cryptic Panther here, and we're about to start a new adventure in FireWatch. I've been looking forward to play this game since it was announced, to watch some of the trailers. I've been trying to avoid any spoilers. I know there's been some reviews put out and some early gameplay footage put out on YouTube. I haven't watched any of it. I'm coming to this with fresh eyes, so let's go. 1975, Boulder, Colorado. I see Julia. Okay, she must be standing right in front of me in her purple dress with pink polka dots. What's your age? Late 20s. Laughing with well-dressed professionals and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. You, Henry, out drinking with your pals. You approach her. You were drunk. So, what's your major? Or you? You're pretty. I'm gonna go, you're pretty. You're pretty, she says coolly. You are not. You're a future hangover. What? You reply confused. Someone should buy a cheeseburger, she says. She flags down the waiter, and 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. Well, she bought me a cheeseburger. I guess I'm easy. Her to use objects. Okay, I'll look around first. So I guess I'm picking up my backpack. Can I pick up the trash? Can I steal the fire extinguisher? What can I do here? Get in the truck. Throw my gear in the back. There we go. She drove me nuts. Well, that's like me. I do drink beer. Life is good. Oh, you want to get a puppy dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia's in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German Shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while she's walking this dog. It's badass. Beagle, name him Bucket. Oh, Shepherd, name him Mayhem. There we go. Mayhem is an excellent dog. He loves wrestling with you in the park and goes with Julia on her runs. Even though he's too big to bring to school, Julia loves him all the same. Mayhem is a friend, child, pet, all rolled into one. 1979. You talk on the deck. It's summer, 9:30 p.m., and heat still radiates off the high desert. What do you think about kids, she asks. Kids? You're not very smart or good at much. I'm saying, if you and I have a couple of idiots, that'd be pretty good. One day, why rush? Why rush into kids? She looks away out towards the mountains. We have plenty of time, right? Speak for yourself, mister. Don't worry, you assure her. Listen, honey, your eggs ain't gonna dry up tomorrow. Tell you she's the body of an undergrad. My ovaries didn't get that memo, she says, laughing it off. One day, okay. One day, okay, she says. 6 months later, you get engaged, lying in bed on a Sunday morning. Shit, someone's on my backpack out of the back of my truck. Son of a bitch. I guess, can I go this way? Oh, I guess I have to go this way. So all this fireworks. Thoroughfare trailhead. So I guess I'm going on the trail. Oh. 1980. It's Thursday night and Julia's 4 hours late. She doesn't call. You're worried and getting angry by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. What have you been up to, Julia? She's not quite drunk, but she's been having fun. Having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets. You get mad, you ignore her. I don't ignore her this time. Don't touch each other all night. Next day you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about her evening. She says it was great. You hold on to a tiny pill of resentment. You make some coffee and you go to work. 1981. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. You pose and flex like He-Man. You frolic like, I'm gonna pose like He-Man. Oh, I do look awesome. Thank you very much. I try. I do like the aesthetic of this game. It is quite neat looking. So I'm guessing this is like him on his walk up to the outpost and reminiscing. 2 Forks. Fire lookout. 8 miles. X. $1982. During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking mayhem at night. It's festival in town. It brings in folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Son of a bitch! Mayhem runs away. My, me, moo, fucking dog, Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she is stressed. You confront the attacker. You beat his goddamn face in. Hell yeah. Aaron gets cut up, but you beat the guy to a pulp. You don't feel very tough. You cry your eyes out before the cops show up. Julia asks you to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay, but you don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. 1984. Plans to have kids get waylaid by work. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job. Associate department chair if she wants to move. You absolutely do not. Convince her not to take the job. Agree if she commutes back and forth. Wow, that's some pretty shitty choices. I know it's eventually, no matter what choice I choose, it's eventually going to lead up to the inevitable. Alright. You ask her if she's commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if that's what she wants. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. 1985. Julia sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it in a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember that she had happily loaned them to her 2 days prior. Uh-oh. Julia's coming unglued, folks. She was found crying in the stairwell. You say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni and drink wine and try to forget about it. Well, That's the more sensible answer. After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they are worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. She is 41. Damn. You both decide to keep it a secret for now. Maybe getting older. He's got silver hair down his back and slows down at night. You and Julian walk him to the bar to see your friends. Feel like nothing has changed. Julie goes back to the university. (1987). Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car the next town over for no particular reason. Just to be brought home by the police. She is devastated. She is sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days you get to Julia, who calls you a dope and your unborn child little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love. After 5 minutes she goes into a panic, believing your dad is at the door. You tell her family. They are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while your friends come by with little things to brighten her day. She gets worse. Man, this is depressing. 1988. You spend your days following Julie around the house. You count the seconds between and two weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. Daniel, the nurse, sorry. You suggested Julia should live somewhere else, somewhere with 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple of months. You decide to move into her full-time care facility. You're determined to take care of yourself. Do what's best for her. This game's starting to be a little rough. Not much closer here at the lookout tower. Oh. Hello. Your dear? Her family agrees with your decision. You find a fantastic place in Boulder and move her there. You see her every day. Then every other day. You go to the bar with your old friends. It's not the same. You get the feeling that every wife tells her husband, if you put me in a home like Henry did, I'll cut your balls off. You slowly decide not to see your old friends that much. 1989. Julia's sister Susan moves to Boulder to be close to her. She visits her every day. You go with her some of the time. Susan buys you an old typewriter and urges you to use it if you won't be a therapist. You won't. You've always really liked Susan. Months go by, Mayhem dies. Julia doesn't remember him when you tell her. Sometimes it takes her a minute to lock in on you. In the back of your mind, you believe it's because you see her less and less, and seeing her less and less makes her forget you more, you think. Summer's coming and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. Enter the lookout tower. We'll take a little walk around the outside perimeter first. Okay, there's nothing else here. Oh, some propane tanks. Turn on the power. Let there be light.
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
That was quick.
Two Forks Tower, this is Thoroughfare Tower. Come in.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
Okay, you've killed 3 husbands. You're a black widow and you're just out here until the heat dies down and then you'll kill again.
Ooh, very good. Bravo, Henry.
Okay, I sleep now?
Not quite. Now you.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you. But maybe you just really like trees. Maybe it's... Gosh, maybe it's a borderline fetish. A tree fetish.
Good night.
Good night. Welcome to the job.
Alright. At least there was a little bit of humor there after the kind of depressing intro and probably my annoying reading of the monologue. But we're going to end the first episode here at the start of day 1, and stay tuned for more.